Acapulco, la playa más preferida, a festejar a María que cumple un año más de vida. Vámonos para Acapulco, la playa más preferida, a festejar a María que cumple un año más de vida. El año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, si Dios me deja con vida. El año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, si Dios me deja con vida. Quiero amanecer con la toalla en el hombro, quiero amanecer con mis amigos parrandeando, quiero amanecer cantando, quiero amanecer tomando, quiero amanecer caleta tomando, quiero amanecer con mis amigos pachangueando, quiero amanecer cantando, quiero amanecer tomando. Y nos vamos para Acapulco, mi reina. Vámonos para Acapulco, la playa más preferida, a festejar a María que cumple un año más de vida. Vámonos para Acapulco, la playa más preferida, a festejar a María que cumple un año más de vida. El año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, si Dios me deja con vida. El año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, el año que viene vuelvo, si Dios me deja con vida. Quiero amanecer con la toalla en el hombro, quiero amanecer con mis amigos parrandeando, quiero amanecer cantando, quiero amanecer gozando, quiero amanecer caleta tomando, quiero amanecer con mis amigos pachangueando, quiero amanecer cantando, quiero amanecer tomando.
Ruben Bella, quiero amanecer. I just want to dance all night when I hear that jam. Man, un saludo para todos los que usan la música de cumbia.
Seguro que sí, but before we go to our next subject, I want to do a big shout out to Luisa Medina that's on the chat right now, y también para Janie Almaguer Buenrostro from the Central Coast, Cali, over there by Pismo Beach. Right?
Yes.
I got it right.
We actually did a show out there.
Yes, we did. Así que saludos Janie and Fred that are tuning in el día de hoy. Para toda la raza que nos acompaña el día de hoy, en México, todo México, Estados Unidos y alrededor. Vamos a continuar adelante con la discusión de the TMA Awards.
First, I want to make a shout out también para Gabriel Lopez from Tejano Network. A big shout out to him. He's tuning in.
Saludos.
And para Venuca Vidal, who's on the chat. También para... did you make a shout out to Luisa Medina?
No, I think I did. Yes,
Un saludo para Juan Treviño. He's on. Actually, we're going to play his single coming up in a little bit. Un saludo para él. And everybody who's tuning in, creo que sí. Con nosotros tenemos a nuestro amigo, the CEO, the one that actually hired us and might fire us by tonight, Juan Mendoza Jr. Juan, ¿cómo estamos, brother?
Good, man. Aquí nomás desde Dallas, Texas.
Hoy nomás.
You're not fired yet.
Not yet?
Not yet, huh?
Yet.
Maybe after the show, huh?
No, hombre.
Oh, brother. Hey.
You're not fired, man. Just you keep on doing the kick-ass job, man. And we gotta talk about these things correctly, man. But we'll get into that here in a minute.
Con respeto, right? So,
everybody in the business. But no, just first off, I want to say welcome to my single radio. As far as all the messages that I've gotten and everybody who tunes in to the shows, and I see all the chat rooms and everything on Facebook and, stuff like that. Everybody's enjoying your guys' show, and, everybody all over the country has been listening in. So I want to say welcome, you guys, and you guys are doing an awesome job.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
That means a lot. I recorded that, by the way, so I saved that part, all right? Vamos a continuar, claro que sí. Okay, we got, of course, you already heard what Eddie had to say, what we had to say about, but there's a couple of topics, a couple of things that were on here that we have to work on. One of the things that bothers me, Juan, I'm going to be honest with you, we have like 5 or 4 categories with the same artist on each one. Now, that cannot be a coincidence. There's got to be something going on there. I don't know, like I said earlier, is it a popularity contest? Is it...
It actually should be a voting, not a popularity.
How we're never gonna know that. That's the thing. And let me say, for instance, we already talked about Song of the Year, male vocalist of the year. Did we go through that one? Yes, we did. This.
Actually, we're on male vocalist of the year.
Okay, male vocalist of the year. So we got Jaime de Anda, de Jaime Los Chamacos. Of course, that album was awesome, great album. And then you got Michael Salgado again. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was only one song I liked off that CD. That's me. Maybe other people love all of them. But I listened to every song, and I don't think that should have been up there. Ram Herrera, great album. That was actually a good pick on there. Ricky Valens se va muy para allá y para atrás. That guy can change up his music, go Tejano, then he goes hip-hop, then he goes, but that's his style.
That's his style,
and
exactly.
I know he's part of the new revolution. He's part of the new upcoming bands, and that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
There's
great.
nothing wrong with that.
I, myself, did not vote for him. Ruben Ramos, again, one of the greatest, one of the legends. Ruben Ramos. CD was actually pretty good, I'm not going to lie to you. But your takes, Juan, on the male vocalist of the year, please.
Well, like Eddie was saying, I think these things need to be categorized a lot better. If you're going to go through these categories, you need to see who exactly fits in them. Like you said, Tejano be Tejano. If you're going to start putting in like Ricky Valens and start naming some of the songs, some of the songs are good. Some of the songs are a little off because he throws in some hip hop and stuff like that. Then you need to make another category for that if you're going to vote on that. Put Tejano pop or something like that, or one of the other little categories that are off Tejano topic. Jaime Los Chamacos are basically conjunto. They're great.
Right.
I'm not knocking any artist, from Michael Salgado to Eli La Reina, who won these things, and Remedio, who pretty much took everything away. I'm not knocking them guys because they're great. They're legends in this business. But they need to be categorized a lot better. They need to be fixed. They make, the awards show makes millions of dollars off of fanfare alone within 4 days.
That's true, because...
Yes, I know it takes money to, you gotta spend money to make money and stuff like that. They basically use that money to go to these award shows, and I don't know where all the money goes. They need to hire a full-time committee and pay them, the money to listen to these albums, to listen to these songs that come out, and have them vote correctly. They talk about every year. They talk about the standards that they have, the what do you call them? The bylaws that they have, for categorizing all these things. They say, for artists as they come out with a CD before January 1st, they're not going to be eligible. They need to stick by these bylaws.
There is a problem, though, with these new bands, and I'm not going to say just new, like 1 year new. I'm talking about these bands that have been, 4 or 5 years, they're trying to make it, and I have a little issue with this. They get out a single, great, that's great, we have the single. Then another month, they get another single. Great, awesome. Then they get another single.
And it just goes on and on.
And that's a problem. Get one. Back in the days, you'd get one single out, you'll push that on the radio, and then you get your album. But these people are getting out 9 singles within the year, and it's like, well, it's not an album. You're getting out singles, and people don't realize that, hey, that's not an album. And I think that's one of the issues that people need to work on. If you're an artist, if you're a band, yes, you have to have singles to get out your music and let people know. But you start taking out single and single and single and single, then people kind of think, oh, is that an album? Is not an album? Can we put them on a ballot? Can we not put them on the ballot? Does it count or not? What do you think about that?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, that these guys need to figure that out. These guys, they come out with singles every so often, but with no album. For example, he's a great guy. Gabriel Zavala does it. He comes out with singles and singles and singles like every so often, but there's no full, complete album yet. And he supports all these other artists, but the same thing with them, that they have no full album yet. That's where the awards people need to come in and say, we need to set some ground rules for this. We can't say, there's a full album when they don't have a full album yet. If it's a single, it's a different story. Put it a single of the year or something like that. Airplay or something. But the thing is, I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know if they're just throwing in a bunch of names that go to San Antonio and start supporting, but you got artists from all over the country with great music. You got artists from California, from Ohio, from Oklahoma, from Florida,
yeah.
From New Mexico, from Arizona, from Washington, from Michigan. You even got people from Mexico. I'm not knocking anybody out there because, if they're going to do Tejano, then they're Tejano. And I know some Tejano artists out there from Mexico, but that's what I'm saying. They need to categorize it a lot better. And they need to set the laws and abide by them, and say, you know what, if you haven't came out with with the album before this time, then you're not eligible at all. Maybe we could throw them in another category, single of the year. But don't go throw in the person that has one single out as entertainer of the year.
Right.
That's not going to work.
That's true. That is so true. And you're right. That is a good category to have, single of the year. But see, I think they're lazy. I think the Tejano Music Awards staff is lazy because there's so many bands out there. They're like, well, I'm not going to put all these bands. This is too much work. No, it's not, man. You have to do it. If you really care about the music, then do it. I mean, I have a different way of voting. I'm thinking if you're going to vote, you put the band that you want on there. And you just put it on there.
Okay, I have a viewer. I actually have 3 viewers. Questions. One of them is Rosa from Nampa Valley, Florida. Wants to know who is in charge of the ballots. Who is in charge of the ballots? Rick from Las Vegas. Why do we have to vote for the artists that the TMA Awards put up? That's a very good question. And then Letty from Kansas City. When the time comes for voting, why not let the people vote online and let the people see that button they push to vote? It's only fair, wouldn't you agree?
Well, the way I'm understanding it right now is the management and record labels are the ones that submit their names in to get voted on. Now, if they don't submit the artists, then I guess they don't get put in. But that's as far as I know is the management, and the labels are the ones that actually send their names in to get voted. That's as far as my understanding is. If it's something else, at least bring it up to the attention. But that's the way I'm explained at first, and then afterwards, after that's done, then later on in time is when the public gets to vote. But there's